is Taste Reaction Podcast, your guy, Mr. UA. And today, on Taste Reaction, we have Adam Fender and Sean Calhoun. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
And these guys do what you guys consider athletic training?
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
So we do personal training and small group training and even up to large scale group training. So any type of training that you could do in a group facility, we take care of it.
If you got a body, we'll make it move.
Right.
We'll make it move the right way you need to make it move.
Absolutely. So let's go back. What did you guys experience in high school that even, we're going to take it step by step. So in high school, what sports did you guys play or, whatever?
You want me to start or you
Yeah.
want to? Well, I didn't play any sports in high school.
Okay.
I played baseball, soccer, a little bit of basketball through middle school and stuff. But I was always doing music after, I threw my arm out playing baseball, so.
Was it the drums?
Yeah, I played the
Okay.
drums.
Okay.
So, which,
Just middle school.
since middle school, all through middle school, even elementary school, I started playing the drums at Hancock Elementary. But threw the arm out, couldn't do baseball anymore.
Okay.
But did marching band, which, believe it or not, is quite the workout. Like being a drummer, I had the snare drum on me. That's like 30 pounds on you. You're marching around, having to keep proper posture and everything. So it was a workout, but it wasn't sports or anything.
Okay.
But how I got started in fitness, I guess we can take it that way. I was overweight. So being overweight, I was not happy with myself. I didn't have the highest self-esteem. I didn't have the confidence that maybe some of my peers that were skinny or in shape had. So basically I got fed up and I was like, enough with this. I'm not going to be fat anymore. I'm not going to feel bad about myself anymore. So I was like, all right, it's time. Got the, if anyone knows, Insanity, Shaun T, the infomercial. I was up late, literally like the typical story. I was up late one night. I saw the infomercial and I was like, that's something I could do. Like it's something I could handle. And Sean's brother had it. Sean's brother had the Insanity DVDs at his house. I was like, bro, could I get that? Sean gave it to me, or I forget how it played out, but that's how it started. Started working out, then joined the gym. Ended up losing the weight, started filling up, like going through puberty and everything, and fitness became a passion of mine. And
So
here we are now. But Sean,
So let's take it a step at a time. So
yeah, lots of steps.
no. So you said, when did you actually start, losing the weight and seeing the results? Like, what grade was that? Was it after high school or
It was through high school. My freshman year to sophomore year were like black and white. Like freshman year, sophomore year, I had long hair, was like a skateboarder but sucked. Was overweight and didn't have the self-esteem, like I said. And then that's when I realized, once I got to high school, I was like, damn, this is how people are gonna treat me just because I look the way that I look.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't necessarily like this. I would like if people treated me a little bit better. So I was like, let's see if I can get in shape. Let's see if that changes things. And then sophomore year, it was like a turnaround. I was over the summer, put the work in, came back to school, lost weight, grew a couple inches, so that helped a little bit. But overall, it was the fitness.
Yeah.
Working out, getting my body going, starting to eat proper foods here and there as best as I could. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Sean,
Yeah.
what sports did you play in high school?
So I played soccer and lacrosse 9 through 12. Like I said, I did give basketball a try for 9th grade, but that didn't work out. Either way, I stuck to soccer and lacrosse all 4 years. Lacrosse was my main passion.
Okay.
I thought I was pretty good. I enjoyed playing soccer, but as injuries happened throughout high school, like some concussions, I kind of weaved my way out of soccer, and I did play football. I mean, I was the kicker senior year, so I enjoyed that. It was you guys kind of drafted me from the soccer field, but it was a cool experience. I never played football before in my life, but played that senior year, but mainly soccer and lacrosse, yeah.
So what was your introduction to fitness?
So going from high school to college, like my whole high school career, but got more serious junior and senior year, I was like, I'm playing college lacrosse. Like that was my goal. So I got the chance, I got a scholarship to play at Chestnut Hill.
Okay.
And actually senior year of high school, during practice, I got hit with a this sounds weird, I got hit with a soccer ball on the side of the head. Got a bad concussion, and then like, little things, like I got hit in football, that added to it, and just little hits in the head started to get really bad. Gym class, I'm running, fell to the floor, had the spins. So in college, I didn't even play the season of lacrosse. I actually quit before the season started. My head was starting to have problems. So then I had a period of time where I was just focused on school. I was like, let me just get my degree. But as a competitive person, I played sports my whole life. I said like, I was going nuts. So I had to do something, and that something was going to the gym. So I just started lifting heavy, focusing on working out, learning as you go. And that kind of led to just falling in love with the feeling of what you can do, like transforming your body, and actually, I mean, if you wanted to get down to it, like the chemical imbalances and things that happen to your body when you work out and push yourself to a certain level. So by not being able to play structured sports anymore, I had to find a gateway to that, and that was going to the gym and lifting weights. So I just kind of fell in love with it that way.
So the main question, how did you guys come together to even, how did you guys come to the conclusion of we're going to take this like together? Because you guys actually live two separate lives, but it kind of seems like you guys started to do certain shit around the same times, which kind of came together. So explain that process to us.
I can start, and then me and Sean can...
Before you guys even get to
like let's start a business. Like Sean was saying, me and him have been friends since high school, since sophomore year. I started getting in shape. Me and Sean started becoming closer friends. We always worked out together, but like it wasn't like serious. Like we would lift in Sean's basement. We would go to the gym together here and there. And we enjoyed it, obviously. Sean said he stopped playing lacrosse. About that time, that's when I started taking fitness really seriously. I came across like one of my mentors, definitely refer to him as a mentor and a good friend. His name's Umar Jones. He was big into bodybuilding. He was like, he kept on telling me like, Adam, like you should do a bodybuilding competition. Like you got a good build for it. Like yeah, you got to lose some weight, get a little bit leaner, but like you could do it. So me and him became training partners, but at the same time, me and Sean were training partners, so we started really hitting it together. And there was a summer together, like, I started transforming my body, obviously doing a bodybuilding competition, having to get super, super lean. And Sean, at the same time, we're training together, we're doing the same regimen. We both end up losing a considerable amount of weight. Sean got all ripped up, like, I was ripped up because of my competition, and we're like, at least for me, I don't know if Sean feels personally, he can tell you. I'll end it after this and you can take over. But I was like, this feels really good. Like, I changed myself. I'm a 100% different person. Like, I was overweight and now I'm a bodybuilder. I'm lean. I have a full six-pack. Like, you can see all the muscles I have in my body. I was like, this feels good. Like, for me, I was like, if I can make someone else feel like this, that's going to be like big. It's gonna make me feel good. At least for me. I don't know. Sean.
Yeah, so I mean, same thing for me. Like I was never, like I'm competitive. I never saw myself doing a competition now. I compete for myself. You know what I mean? Just to say like, okay, I did that. I don't have to prove it to anybody else. No one has to see me. But just to say, you know what, Sean? Like you pushed yourself that far. You ate the right food. You got to that point. And like I always say, like anyone who works out a good amount or to a certain level knows the feeling that you get after that work. It feels great. You get addicted to it, right?
Absolutely.
So I was like, I know I can do this for other people, and it was a little bit of everything. It was me knowing, Like I've worked my whole life. I've worked the corporate. I've done the pizza delivery. I said, you know what? I cannot work for somebody. You know what I mean? I'll work for someone for the time being to get my feet wet in the certain field or whatever it's got to be. Like I have a job now,
Just some
of course.
experience, yeah.
Right. But
And financially stay afloat.
of course, right. You got to do what you have to do. But I knew that that was a field that I was so passionate about. I said, let me go out on my own, and it was not a struggle at first, but it was more like too much thinking.
Questions.
Yes. So like, what about this? What about this? And anybody will tell you. You just have to do it and figure it out as you go. So I started to like meet up with people older than me who were doing things, and they were just like, dude, stop thinking about it, just do it. So I was like, you know what? I went online. I got the LLC. Adam and I, like he said, we were training together every day. We were on the same workout regimen. We both have like mindsets, and we're best friends. So it just all made sense for me to just go ahead with it. And the first step, it doesn't have to be this for people who are trying to start a business. You don't have to get an LLC, whatever that is. But to me, that legitimized it for me. Like I felt like I could give people workouts or I could train somebody, but without that and without my certification, I felt like almost like a fraud. You know what I mean? So I went online, signed up, got the LLC, and once that hit, it was like a wave of like, damn, like this is for real now. Like, let's get after it.
Like what Sean's saying though, like
What,
all the
before y'all even go into that, right? Because I think this is a good segue, right? You guys are partners within this?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did it?
Co-CEOs.
So how did it take over? How did the business take over as your last name?
My name, right.
Yeah.
So, in the process...
Alright, go ahead. Or before we get there, like Sean was just saying, like he got the LLC. All of that was happening when I was away at college.
Okay.
Like my first year of college, I come home, Sean's like, yo, I got an LLC, we got these new t-shirts. I'm like, alright, like now it's like, Sean's always doing the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
And then like I come over and it's like, bro, we got this, this, and this going on. I'm like, alright, cool, like how can I help? Kind of way, but
So
now,
yeah.
take
So
over
as far
with
as the name goes, right, and this is probably me overthinking it and thinking I was breaking the law, but I sat there for, when I tell you, weeks and notepads and wrote down every name, like cool name you could think of, Blank Fitness or whatever. It was already taken. It was there. I looked up. I went on the legal documents and searched. Oh, that company's taken. This company's taken. I say, you know what? Why not just do it with my name? You know what I mean? I'm me. Why don't I just represent that? So many people make companies named after themselves. So I did that. And I mean, I looked it up and it was there. So I kind of went for it. Now, I don't regret it at all. You do see big companies, very short names, Google, whatever. I don't really believe in that. I mean, that's cool that's like a stat that like you want a short, attractive name, but it's more about what you stand for and what you provide rather than the name. But as far as picking it, that's how it went. I was like, I literally had a notebook filled with names you couldn't even like imagine, like the craziest stuff, and it was all taken. Think about it, fitness is a big industry. Everybody had their name out there, so I was like, you know what? Let's start it with Calhoun Athletic Company, and that's where it kind of stemmed from.
And for me, like to build off that, everyone always asks me like, do you feel some type of way that it's Calhoun Athletic Company? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, for two reasons. As long as we're making the difference in helping people, I don't care if it's Calhoun Athletic Company or it could be any name. As long as we're helping people, that is the more important thing. Two, the logo, coincidentally, looks like an A.
Okay,
My name. Coincidentally, the logo looks like an A, but it's a C, an A in the middle, or backward C, and then a regular C.
Yeah, so two C's
it looks like
that
an
come
A.
together to create the CAC. Now,
CAC, and it's hey, Adam, I don't care.
That's-
As long as we're helping
CAC,
people,
okay.
and at the end of the day, later down the road, if the money's coming in, I don't care what our name is. You know?
Absolutely.
that's another short story that was funny. I was in a college class when I was supposed to be paying attention. I'm sitting there doodling on my notebook. How can I get CAC? Like, what's a cool logo? I wanted it to be sleek, something small, and I was literally sitting there playing. And then you design, you do all type of graphic stuff. So I just got some cheapo design app on my phone, put it together. In the first version, have it on my computer somewhere. I'll have to show you. It was crappy, right? And then I played around with it, and we finally came up with that. And really happy about it, man. Like, I mean, it's pretty.
It's a pretty good
You know, it's a
logo,
pretty good
I
logo.
think.
So, people think it's synonymous with like the Atlanta Braves or something else, but I mean,
True.
if you really look at it, like if you put them side by side,
I thought
they're not.
the same thing. I
Right.
said the first thing I thought was this looks like a baseball logo. You know, it because I feel like to me, but it's a good logo because I tell people all the time, a good logo is something that you can put on everything.
Right.
You know, so
Like, I don't want to cut you off, but like, it started with just this, like the A.
no,
But like now, me and Sean are kind of seeing like this wreath thing.
yeah,
Like
Kinda
we kind of
brings
took
it all
that and
together.
ran with it. It was like wreaths represent like if you win like races back in the day, the Olympics,
Yeah.
you got crowned with a wreath
Yeah.
on your head. So it's like
Yeah.
we're trying to create like that champion. Like you're a champion.
uh-huh.
We don't care who you are. You're a champion. You know what I mean? At least that's you would agree, right? Right? It kind of ties it all together. Like you said, it makes it look better.
Okay, so how do you pronounce your last name?
Calhoun.
Okay, Calhoun.
Yep.
Okay,
Like-
so I did say it right.
Almost like cow,
Uh
but cow.
huh. Okay.
Hoon.
Okay. So I pronounced it
You
right.
pronounced it right. Yes.
Do anybody ever like pronounce it wrong?
Not that I've run into. I
Okay.
mean, you get a couple here and there.
No,
but
I
it-
definitely got some Calhans out
Yeah.
there that have like, what's
Yeah.
no, that's not Calhan.
I don't get
Well,
too.
it's
I don't
cool.
get too much issues with that.
Okay. So what is it? Okay, so explain the logo. What is it? Is it just like the abbreviation of your last
Yeah,
name?
yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much that? Okay.
CAC,
Okay.
Calhoun Athletic Company, just
Okay.
took the acronym for it and threw it all together.
Okay. Calhoun.
Yeah.
Okay. Calhoun Athletic Company. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So the next question is: so once you guys figured all this out, what was the next step to making a dream become a reality?
I think before we even like started hosting workouts, even when they were outdoors on Burnside, not Burnside
Yeah,
Park,
Oakland
right?
Park.
Oakland Park,
Oakland Park.
On Burnside Avenue in Norristown.
Mm-hmm.
For me, and Sean might agree with this because we went through the same program.
Mm-hmm.
Dougie Furlano, who you're familiar with,
Yeah.
he got us enrolled. This for me is the step. I don't know about Sean personally. Got us enrolled in a program called Next Level Trainings.
Okay.
Next Level Trainings is an emotional intelligence workshop.
Okay.
Basically gets, but they bring you in there and they kind of break you down and build you back up to be a person that actually believes in everything that they say to themselves, say in their mind. So it basically breaks down those limiting beliefs, like we were talking earlier before we got the cameras rolling, like people want to do things, people want to, whatever it is, run a marathon, start a business, start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they start talking what if, limiting beliefs like I can't do it because blank, blank, blank. I can't do it because this reason, that reason.
Mm-hmm.
That whole workshop is centered around breaking all those beliefs down and turning every statement into kind of like, I can do this, I know I can do this, this is my worth, whatever it is, X, Y, Z, I can do it because I know I can. I don't need anyone to tell me it. It's, I have the ability to,
Mm-hmm.
I believe in myself, and those two things, that's the possibilities are in there. So that's for me, that was step one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as that goes, I always believed in myself. That workshop did help me get over the hump. But when we first started out, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to be like a clothing company. Like I thought it was a dope logo. So yeah, like once I created the logo, I'm like, let's put this on hats, let's put it on socks. We can get girls sports
This
bra-
is true.
So
This is so
so
true.
I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, we got a batch of t-shirts made. I'm like, all right, that cost a lot. So I'm like, Mom, for Christmas this year, get me a screen printing machine. I want to set up shop in the basement. I said we're gonna
Forgot
make this
about this
big.
step.
I said we're gonna do athletic apparel,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like all psyched about this. You know how it is. Like you
Yeah,
get, but it's like there's stages of it. I know where we're at right now isn't gonna be the end goal and what we finally transform it to be, but that's where it started.
It's
I
gonna
wanna-
be mad. It's gonna be mad stuff that you add to it.
Right. So my goal was apparel, you know,
That's
and
right.
then after I kind of, not that I quit on it, but I just saw something different. Like people weren't flying off the press like hotcakes, and
Yeah.
and I didn't really care to be the one sitting there pressing the machine. So I said, all right, the clothing's cool and all, let's just make that as an additive to what we really do, what we really like to do, and it's put on workouts.
Absolutely.
So that's when we said, you know what, let's just start calling people, let's organize these events. And that's when it all led to us. We thought it was going to be a one-time thing or a once-a-year thing where we said, let's put on a group workout, get the whole community involved, or as many people as we want, in Oakland Park. We know what to do, we know how to get people working and get their blood flowing, so that was our first, like, let's do fitness. So then we started doing the group workouts.
It's funny how that transition goes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was
We were so, like Sean was saying, we were so hyped.
Yeah.
We got the first batch of t-shirts and we were like,
This is it.
let's do it. And then we're like, all right, let's do something else now. And like, to think about, like, we haven't made it that far in the whole journey.
Yeah.
But like, to think that it started with us in a field, telling people, not even like through direct contact, like through straight Instagram and Facebook, like, come out to our workout, it's free, it's whoever you want to bring, we're going to provide you guys waters and a good workout. First workout we had like 26 people.
We had a good turnout.
Yeah, outdoors on a humid day in the middle of summer.
It's like you gotta gather. We had to borrow a speaker. My
Borrowed two trucks.
brother found this huge monster truck tire that I have in my backyard.
Yeah.
So we'd flip it, smack it with the sledgehammer, and we're like, damn, like that's our focus. Like, let's do a style. You know what I mean? Promote the big tire. Everybody's coming out to get the smack on this tire.
Yeah.
And, you had to borrow the pickup truck. You had to, go by the waters. It was cool. We had to gather everything up. We brought all of our clothes because we're like, all right, there's going to be 30 people there. We're going to sell out of our T-shirts. Of course, that didn't happen.
Two
but
people bought T-shirts.
You know what?
Probably.
It wasn't about that. Everybody came out to see what we were all about and showed support. And it felt good to just be able to put that on for people.
Absolutely. Let me share a story with you guys.
Yeah.
So, as everybody know, I've always been a graphic designer, even in high school. Like, you guys have probably wore my logo a couple times. I've made major logos for the football team, booster clubs, a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So even in high school, I always found like my passion within graphic arts and like silk screening, kind of what you were talking about. So that part has always been my passion.
Right.
But then, you go through life, you're like, oh, damn, am I doing this, blah, blah, blah. For something like this right here to come full circle, is like, it ties into my graphic design. My two hobbies of drinking and trying different alcohols and having a cigar, to Taste Reaction Podcast now, which is like, I make all my art. Anything you guys see me post, I pretty much edit, I chopped up, I put together. So it's like, it's amazing to see where you started and to see how everything becomes full circle and what it turns into.
Yeah, right.
So that's how I could kind of relate with you guys with that, because it's amazing to see where you started and then
it's only small steps.
It's small steps.
It's small steps.
Exactly.
It's like, damn, we did that.
Yeah.
It's small steps, but we said this before, it's starting.
Yeah.
If I didn't think that I was going to be the next Nike, I would have never started doing training. Yeah. And then I know that's something that I'm doing 10 years down the road. I would have never gotten there if I didn't say, let's go to the gym and let's personal train people and let's host these work. You know what I mean? So if you're meant to be the best chef in the world, you're not going to get there until you try to be that photographer and figure out that's not for you.
Absolutely.
So life's you win some, you lose some, but you try it and you fix it from there. It's all about trials and tribulations. Yeah.
Like you got the Taste Reaction Podcast. I like that name a lot. But like, Gary Vee? You follow Gary Vee? Like, he talks about, especially young people, like
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk, the man. Like, taste as much as you can. Like, he literally says, like, if you're 20, like, from your 20s to your 30s, taste as much as you can, because you still got like 50, 60 years.
Fuck up.
Yeah, like, go mess up as many times as you can and find out what you want to do. And that's what you're doing. That's what me and Sean are doing. It's always something different like that we're learning.
It's funny that you guys even like bring up my name of Taste Reaction Podcast, because it's like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I really partially don't even know where the fuck the name came from.
I like the name a lot.
That's why I feel like it was meant for me and whatever, because like I'm a graphic designer, so everything with me is pretty much going to start on a computer. It's going to start on a canvas. I'm just playing around with logos, you know, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And we're smoking cigars, we're drinking alcohol. First thing I think about is the tongue. So you see my T is red and the end of it is a tongue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, taste. Okay, what can I add to it, you know, whatever, because obviously I don't want a podcast called just taste, right? So then, you know, I'm like reaction. You know, see people.
I ain't a whiskey guy.
But seeing people's reaction, like you know, you just gave us a reaction. Anything we do, so I'm like, damn. If people tasting this, they never tasted. They trying a cigar, they never tasted. What's your reaction to it? I put the two together. I'm like, damn. Taste Reaction Podcast. As the podcast went on, it's like Taste Reaction Podcast, a place where you come to get a taste of culture. Culture is anything. You know what you guys do is its own culture. Rapping is a culture. You know, clothing, cologne, just everything gets its own culture. So when you come here, you're going to get a taste of culture, whether it's business, real estate, whatever. Whatever culture is here, you know, this is where you're coming. You get a taste of that culture, and it just kind of, you know, took off. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that, you know, people like the name and stuff. You
Hey,
know,
look, Sean doesn't like whiskey.
Yeah.
We don't smoke cigars that often, and like you're teaching us something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You're giving us a taste.
Yeah.
Like it's a double taste.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's you guys, you know, I always ask people this, what's you guys, you know, reaction as far as the alcohol we're drinking and, you know, the cigars we're trying and how they, you know, go together?
So I'll be honest, I gotta acquire a taste for it. Now, I always ask older people, because you always see the old dude at the bar sipping on like something like this.
Straight whiskey.
Yeah, just straight. I'm like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
And I got the one answer was like, I'm tired of having to drink 18 beers to get a buck. Because by the time you're 50, if you drink regularly, whatever, you don't want to have to drink a lot. A lot of that, right.
Yeah.
But to me, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot on your taste buds. If I'm in this environment, if I'm hanging out, chilling, I can sip the whiskey, the bourbon, and be okay with it. But like, I'm not gonna be in a rowdy crowd just with my glass. You know what I mean?
And sipping.
You know what I mean? I think
can't
it's more of the environment
Mhm.
as to what I'm drinking. But I do enjoy it. It's not like unbearable.
And I tell people this all the time, so here's another question I ask. Are you guys shot takers or sip takers?
I'm gonna take a shot.
I'll go both ways. Like me and you were talking earlier. I'll take the shot.
Cut that up so when he says I'll go both ways, it sounds real good.
So, but like I said, I'm a whiskey guy. Was always a whiskey ginger guy. Started sipping the whiskey recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like my grandpapa always used to joke around. It'll put your hair on your chest.
Yeah.
Like you said, we switched it around our mouth earlier. The taste is good.
Mm-hmm.
Now the cigar and that, I'm not sure of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it.
No,
Yeah, it's a vibe though. Like you said, like we're relaxed in here. Got the smoke going. Got the drink going. I enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Like this is something men do. Like
Absolutely.
this is something you sit around as men.
It feels real masculine.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So okay, so you guys bring up good points because I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hated bourbon and cigars. I'm like, this shit is disgusting. It takes away from the flavor of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Then one day I'm just drinking and I'm, you know, tipsy a little bit. I'm like, oh, let me have a cigar. Start puffing a cigar. I'm like, oh shit, this is different. So it to be honest, it really comes down to maybe a time period. It comes down to having a proper glass of bourbon and, you know, maybe the proper cigar. You know, there's so many cigars. It's like, oh yeah, does this mac and cheese go with this meal or you know whatever? It's really trying to find, and that's why I found it so interesting because there's so many different, you know, collaborations that you can do that can give you a whole different taste and whatever. Like people don't know you can have cigar with a coffee. You know, you can have cigar, you know, with whatever, but it depends on cigar, whatever. It's a whole culture. I love it. Everybody's not. But it's definitely something that, you know, give a try, you know, different times and just try different things because, like he said, he's not for sure. but you might have a banging ass, you know, cup of whiskey, and then, you know, a bold ass cigar, because sometimes that's what it takes. I remember drinking a real hardcore like whiskey, and I'm like, that's not good when I smoke this, because it's mild. I need a cigar that packs a punch. So you're gonna need something that's a little peppery, you know, real, you know, whatever, so you could taste it and it complement. So, you know, I would just recommend, you know, you guys try it.
That's the thing. I'm at the point
Different
where I'll
time.
try anything.
Absolutely.
I used to be picky with food. I eat every type of food now. It's like, bring it on, because I bet you it's good.
Yeah.
And I was just scared to do it.
That's the thing. If people eat it,
Why not?
it's good. It's like
Absolutely.
people are like, this food, that. Like, people eat it. All these different cultures eat different food.
Yeah.
Would you eat something that doesn't taste good?
Right.
People eat things that don't taste good.
Or there's millions of people who love cigars and love bourbon. Now, not everybody has to be like that, but why not give it a try? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And sometimes that's why I tell people, I mean, I really believe in a, you know, the saying, like, try something 3 times, you know, because, you know, you might not like it the first time.
I threw up the first time I had broccoli.
Yeah. Really?
Broccoli is my favorite vegetable now. I love broccoli.
Depends what you're talking about. There are, you know,
Yeah, you don't want to try certain things three times.
Yeah.
but
Because, I mean, sometimes it, like, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it might be the way it was cooked. You might have ate the wrong thing. It's like so many things that could be going on in our
Yeah.
life that doesn't give us the full experience. And like I say, that's how I fell in love with the whole thing. Literally, an idea came because I do this for fun. This is a hobby. It relaxes me, you know. But now, you know, you kind of feel like a man. You feel like you're gonna be one of those old people
Right.
at the
OG.
bar, a young young person walking up like, oh, what's that you drinking? You like, oh, it's whiskey. You know, the shit that we kind of do to the older people now. So it's
Right.
like kind of passing it on to the generation. It almost ties into like what you said. We still need jobs filled in life. Like, we need positions filled in life so traditions can carry on.
yeah,
You know?
you're in depth with them, you're genuine with them, and you build that connection. Now, to me, this might sound weird, but ever since I was little, I always wanted to be the most liked guy in the room.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I might not be the best at everything, but I want everyone
So
to
like,
go be like, yo, Sean is a cool dude.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously have people who don't agree with everything that I do or say, but I feel like I don't have many enemies, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't want to be a pushover, but at the same time, I want everybody to be like, yo, like, Sean's my man. Like, I would do whatever for him, you know what I mean? He needs a connection, he needs this. I just want to be that guy, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's a weird, like, goal for me to have.
No, it's not. Cause you bring up a good point. I was talking to somebody about that, and we were just saying how, like, bro, you're starting a platform, you're gonna run into so many different people, different backgrounds, everything, and it's just like, I sat down with somebody and we literally talked. It's like, bro, I want to get to a point where I could just make a phone call. I'm like, oh shit, oh, you own a catering company, bro, we need you for
That's
this
what it
event.
is.
Yo, bro, oh, you sell apparel, oh, we gonna need you for this. You know, just having so many connections where you could just spread the love and give other people opportunities, and everybody just giving everybody opportunities is just the dream.
That's what it is.
You know, and you gotta have people like us to keep on carrying that torch of that dream, because, you know, shit, we can sit back and be like, and nobody can ever take it from us. We can be like, yo, we were the fucking difference in Norristown. We have that opportunity. I have the opportunity to say, if I build this, when I build this to a big ass platform, I could literally say, bro, I was the first major fucking platform in Norristown. Media wise.
Yeah.
You know, same with you
Somebody's
guys.
got to do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
You feel me? But the weird part about it is, it's kind of fucked up when we think about it, because it's weird to say that we're the first. That's how much shit's not being done properly in Norristown.
Well, but
Or where we're from, specifically.
I got a question for you now.
Absolutely.
Now, you're the only person that I know around here doing this, right?
Absolutely.
Do you ever feel weird when someone asks you, like, what you do or anything like that? Because to me, like Adam and I were talking about this, I think, on the way over here. like if a professional or someone asks, oh, you have your own company? Like, yeah, I do fitness. Like, no, like, I gotta own that shit. Like I'm already a big multi-million-dollar corporate. Yeah, we do
Sell
this and that.
Sell
So
it.
it's like at first it's hard to get used to. You kind of at least me, I undersold myself and said like, oh yeah, I do this, but I really do. You know what I mean? Like I'm scared to say like, yeah, I work for myself. I have my own company. Like this is what I do.
You gotta sell that shit.
You know?
You gotta sell it bigger than shit what it might possibly be, because
Right.
you never know. You might be talking to the right person that might be like, fuck that you're not even to this point. I'm gonna help you go to this point because
Right.
you fucking sold me.
Right.
And that's why I think everybody relates to Gary Vee, because he puts it that way.
Right.
He puts it in the context of what we say. Sell it. Sell it.
Everything's a sell.
Everything's a
Everything's a sell.
sell. Absolutely.
Like, you want to take a girl out, you better sell yourself to that girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You want, like, if you're a girl, you want a guy to know, sell yourself, like,
Absolutely.
not figuratively, or not literally, but figuratively. Like, you gotta sell yourself.
Yeah.
Because the two things, like, I think Gary Vee said this, the two things you get sold on,
Mm-hmm.
or is a yes
Mm-hmm.
or a no. You know?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
And the realest thing, one of the realest things I ever heard is, you only need one yes,
One
and
yes.
that could change your life.
It's facts.
To be honest, so it's just like, I'm just like you guys say, it is weird. It's weird to be in that predicament, but it feels good, and I'm owning it,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Because like you say, the first person I know to be doing that around here. I know a couple other people that was doing it before me, but for whatever reason, I shot past them. It's not like you rub it in somebody's face. I actually brought on those people who were actually doing it. My first podcast was actually another podcaster
Right.
who was doing this before me. But I just, from being a graphic designer, I had marketing skills. I've always been selling apparel. I've always been doing certain shit that I kind of already knew
Mm-hmm.
kind of what to do to have shit take off. Even when I first started doing shit. As everybody see, anything or mostly any video you see me post as mine, it has my watermark on it.
Right.
You want to see it. That's on purpose. That's a marketing strategy.
Yeah.
People will go and look at the video and might be tagged, and then just, when we watching videos and we really literally have a random ass thought like, oh, what the fuck is that bottle over there? Or, whatever. It's all marketing. Bottle placement. There's so much shit. Color is a whole crazy marketing thing behind everything, which we're not, I can't say we're not big enough, but you kind of need to learn, because it's all marketing strategy. And there's a certain thing that draws people into stuff like color. So if you put up blue compared to yellow or red, something is going to attract people more to red than blue.
Yeah, they say red makes you hungrier. That's
Yeah.
why if you notice like McDonald's, KFC, all the food
Yep.
signs are red.
Red, yellow, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
makes you want to spend money.
there's a lot of shit to it. So it's like, I've learned these things already. I went to tech school. There's certain marketing things that I took. So it's just like, it's weird to say, oh yeah, bro, you one of the first podcasts in Norristown. I'm not necessarily the first, but it kind of seems that way.
Right.
But, we doing what we got to do, man. I'm trying to make big moves, because,
We're not the first fitness company.
yeah. But it seems big as fuck. It seems big to everybody because of the support you guys get. And
We like, for me, it seems so little.
all right, hold up. You can start it. You can start it. Huh? Oh, okay. All right.
For me, it seems so little. I don't know about Sean specifically. Like, we're best friends. We spend a lot of time. It seems so little, bro. Like,
Because we know what potential
We know the potential.
we want it to get to.
or like, what was it, last weekend at this point? The 5K that we hosted, like, we had 113 people there.
Mhm.
We're able to do a lot of good for Teach One Feed One Foundation and like
Absolutely.
raise $4,000. But it all started just one day. I texted Sean. I was like, bro, 5K, like, let's do it.
Mhm.
And then we were like, no second guessing. We're like, all right, let's do it. And then within the next day, we had the day planned out, picked
It's
out,
crazy.
talked to the farm park, like, and then the planning started. It was like, here we go.
We gotta do this. We gotta do
But it
this.
seems so little because, like, people may look. I don't know how people view it,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna say they view it one way or the other. But like on the outside looking in, they see 2 guys or 3 guys, me, him, and Darnell,
Mhm.
with the help of a lot of people, that put together a 5K first annual that got 113 runners there, like 20, 30 walkers there. We were able to, like I said, raise $4,000, and it's like, it seems big, but for me at least, it's like, it was just something that we had to do, something that we set out to do, and it just happened. With a lot of hard work, of course, like tons of.
That's just
tons of
but
work.
that's just in general, like looking,
It's anything. Yeah.
No, but looking at, you said looking at it as it's small, like you'll scroll on Instagram stories or Snapchat and you're like, oh, they're out there working, they're out there doing this, why aren't I doing that? You know what I mean? But that's just us being hard on ourselves. And whatever people look at us is what we do. That's up to them. That's okay. I just know in my heart I could always be working a little bit harder or a little bit smarter, but I know what I want it to be and what it's gonna get to. So it just seems like things are small or whatever the case may be. You just undermine yourselves.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand, because like you ever remember being a kid and getting so excited about shit?
Mhm.
We still get like that, but when you're a boss and when you have a vision that's way bigger, we just look at this shit like, all right, it's an accomplishment. All right, what's the next thing to
Right.
do? You're always
It's
looking
gotta be
forward.
next.
Yeah.
Always looking forward, and you can't ever stop looking forward. Because
Yeah.
when you stop looking forward is when your goals start to get smaller.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and so just like you said, it's a 5K, let's do it. You know, it's kind of like with the company. Oh, company, let's do it. Podcast, oh, I gotta do this, let's do it. And it takes a lot, and people don't always know your story, and they don't need to. You know, everything isn't, supposed to be publicized. But
Right.
at the end of the day, understand there's a lot of hard work that goes into this stuff, but it also takes the right people to say, like, fuck it, we don't care what it takes, it's going to happen.
Right.
Period.
Now, that was us 3 doing all the legwork. Like last year, around the same time, we wanted to have a 5K. We didn't want to just throw a random organization in there. We didn't have enough time to plan.
Yeah.
We were fresh. We
Right.
were new.
So this year, we met Darnell. We were friends with him for a while, and then we kind of knew his story. And then it was around that time, I think you had gotten an invitation or something to a 5K, and then, like he said, he texted me.
Yeah, my friend Khalil, who he
Right.
he owns a fitness company similar to ours. They work more so with athletes. Not that we won't work with athletes, but
Yeah.
more so with young athletes. Puts together events just like we do. He was like, "Bro, I'm planning a 5K right now for October." And I was like, and he started his company a little bit after ours. I was like, "Well, he's starting a 5K, so."
Let's
Me,
do it.
it's like
Literally-
I texted him back. I was like, "Bro, you just inspired me to start a 5K. Like, I'm doing it right now."
Yeah.
And then next day,
Within
5K.
2 days. But like you said, the hard work, like all of that, at least the biggest compliment that I've gotten from a lot of people have been, yo, we're so shocked at how organized and how well it was ran. And I take pride in that because throughout the 3 months, every time I wasn't actually working or doing whatever, I was spending time trying to keep it organized, contacting this person,
Yeah,
contacting
Sean's the organizer.
emails, phone calls, driving places,
Yeah.
like beyond what anyone would ever think. And I even got like people were like, "Why are you doing this?" Because if I just went to work, I would still make the same amount of money I am right now. I could go home and sit on the couch, I could sleep. I don't want to. I want to make a difference. And I saw that in Darnell, and he told us his story. So we made it happen. I don't want to go in. I don't need to go into, like you said, I don't need to tell everybody what exactly I had to do. But
you can go YouTube Takes Your Action podcast and go check out his story.
Right.
You out.
exactly true. Check out Darnell. See why we did everything. But yeah, so it's been a blessing, and everything's been taken as
It's
a
like
blessing.
everything
man.
happens for a reason. Like
Absolutely.
Sean just said it's a blessing. Like, because me and, like, before the 5K idea came up, Darnell, me and him used to train together. I got him ready for his bodybuilding competition. He was like, one day, randomly in the gym, like, we knew there was a connection between me and him and Sean. He looked at me one day and we were in the gym. He was like, "Bro, we should do something." I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Like, you want to go get something to eat? Like, what are we gonna do? So he's like, no, we should do something. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Didn't know what it was, and then like Sean said, it was just the 5K.
Absolutely.
Idea, work, there it is.
And it's funny that you guys bring up being like really professional, because I feel like that's a very big factor. Like being on time, having stuff in order, certain things. It's like if you guys came here and I didn't make you guys feel comfortable, or certain shit wasn't somewhat professional, right? It'll probably have people like bad reviews. Like you know how we go on the internet, we get bad reviews. I haven't really got a bad review yet, but I'm more critical of myself. So I can't always go off of people like, holy shit, I had a good experience, you know, whatever, blah, 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 because where is that going to get me? I know what I need to fix up, you know?
Right.
You know, I know the things I need to do. So just like you say, man, it's even a lot of work in being professional sometimes.
Right.
You know, having everything on the back end under control and doing shit. Like, as you say, we're pretty much a 2-person team. And I pretty much do everything, but she helps out so much because, you know, she'll set up. I'm at work. I work 2 jobs. So it's like, but I do the video chopping up, you know, I buy, you know, the different stuff. It's a lot.
Right.
Feel me?
And to speak to your point, like you said, you don't get any bad reviews. And now this is me being like extremely, not even extremely, this is just me being transparent and real and understanding myself as a fault. Like I told you earlier, I was once overweight. Sometimes me and Sean have had this conversation a couple times. Like, I speak my mind. I know I was overweight. I know now I'm in good shape. I'm not perfect. I don't have a 6-pack. I take care of my body.
Yeah.
I love my life. I feel happy every day. When I was overweight, not so happy, not so confident. You know, I didn't enjoy my life.
Absolutely.
But I may have said some things people have maybe taken the wrong way. Like, I basically said one day, like, you'll be happier if you get in shape. People took that the wrong way, like, okay, so I can't be happy if I'm not in shape? No, I'm not saying that. But this is me saying right now, that's wrong. I mean, like, that's not professional, but I want what's best for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it sucks to not be happy and not be what you think is ideal.
Back to what we were saying is when you see when you know everyone has potential.
Yeah, fulfill your potential.
And you physically felt what people are going through. You want that for other people. That's clear cut what Adam meant. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, he's like, I went through the transformation. I want people to express that and feel that too, because guess what? Like, everybody's got insecurities. You said everyone's got a story. You don't know
Exactly.
who they are. Every single person's got a story. I don't care if you're got $1 billion or you have the world's hottest wife. Everyone's got their troubles and their story. So when you go through something and you want to express that, you just want other people to know there's a way past that. So just speaking to Adam, I mean, he means it in a good way. Like he wants people to, like, we want to help people through fitness. So so we want everybody to reach their highest potential, and if that whatever
My
that might
passion
mean
gets,
to them.
It gets like to the point where it's like I go off the deep end sometimes, but it's like I gotta come back and just and know like everything.
It's funny, you guys are perfect for this, and I'll give another quick story. When I lost all my weight, I lost all my weight, and I was getting ready to start. You guys inspired me to do fitness. I'm like, oh shit, I lost this weight. Like, you know, fuck it. Like, you know, let me try to, you know, help somebody else and help other people. I felt that way, you know, seeing you guys do it or whatever. And then one day I thought to myself, like, bro, like, this isn't for me. I'm too, like, straight to the point. She hates me for it. Like, I'm like, no, I don't care that you're tired. It's like, let's get it, you know, whatever. I'm just pumped. I come from different types of sports. You know, wrestling, mental toughness. You know, football, another mental toughness. You know, just being a guy, it's just a whole different. And it's hard for me to come down from that.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to communicate that to somebody, especially when somebody might be hurting.
Right.
Because I know how to fight through pain and certain stuff doesn't necessarily mean somebody else does.
That's a good way
Yeah.
to put it, bro.
So I'm
That's a
like-
good way to put it.
Tying two things together, like we said before, if you didn't try to do that, you
Mhm.
wouldn't have known. It wouldn't have guided you towards something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might not. So I think everything happens for a reason and for you, not to you.
Absolutely.
So like some hardship might happen, it's not happening to you. Don't say, "Oh, I'm a victim. This sucks." Say, "This happened for me. It's a lesson. I'm gonna take it and turn it into something where I'm really supposed to be at."
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. So, again, you know, this is great content with these guys, and you know, we had a great time, and I feel like we have so much more to talk about, and we're probably.
round two.
Yeah,
has to
round
happen.
two. We're definitely gonna have a round two, but this is Safe Reaction Podcast. Your guy, Mr. UA, Calhoun Athletic Company.
Yes.
You know, we have Adam Fender, Sean Calhoun. We're headed out. Peace.